Hi everybody, it's Robin here, and I am going to be working on the first project of my 6 months to me. Now remember, I'm doing three different kind of faceted attack to my life. One is household projects that we've been here for 5.5 years and they haven't gotten done. So that's one of them. We're going to be starting to do some of those things, finally get them done. Another one is obviously my weight. We're going to try to address that a little bit. But the third thing is like my mental space, because my life is getting even more hectic, if at all possible. And I just am feeling like this very organized woman that once was has been swallowed whole. Maybe that's part of my weight problem. So I'm going to address tasks that give me sanity. The first one I'm doing is sort of a combination of the household and my sanity thing, because it is addressing my office. Now, my two oldest of my 4 kids, my girls, are out of the house now, which, while sad on the one hand, meant for the first time in my life I had an office space, which for 5 minutes was awesome. And then the summer hit, and this summer, as you know, was the summer of Laura Ingalls Wilder for me. I went on an epic trip around almost every single Little House site. I spoke, I did book signings, I went to events. It was fantastic. But in the lead up to that, and I also had 2 weeks at my MFA summer residency to do as well. And the lead up to all that, this office just turned into a war zone. We had books coming that I had to take on the trip, and just different things that got sent to us. We had guests, so we had to chuck some stuff out of the room that we use for our guest room. It got put in here. Oh my gosh, what else? Of course, I also bought a million things while I was on the trip, so that's all now piled in here as well. And we have done some research, and of course when you're trying to do research with all my resources that were in here, and it's just a mess, when you take one thing out, it just kind of jumbles a bunch of stuff all over the place, and that's kind of what has happened. So what my first project is to try to reclaim it a little bit, and I want to show you, just so you get an idea, what this should be. This should be kind of a refuge, if you will. Try to take this off. I'm not very good with this. But this is my view, or this should be my view. Really out here, it's a very, very, very serene, lovely place is my backyard. Except when you look down here. Now, if you look closely, and I don't even know if I can get, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? It's like living in, I don't know, what would this be called? The Addams Family mansion? The spider webs are epic. Been gone for 6 weeks, and hokey smokes, I don't know if you can see it, but they are everywhere, and they have taken over this deck, which is now completely filthy and horrible. So my first task is to regain a little bit of control over this area so that I can enjoy my view now that summer is fading and the weather is getting really pretty. And now I'll take you inside. Hold on to your hats, people. This is my office. Yeah, it is. I can't get a wide enough shot to show you how horrible it is. We have piles and piles and piles of papers and boxes. That's my desk under those boxes right there. We have books that have spilled onto the floor. We have a bed that just was in here because it was in here. Now covered with crud. We are piles and piles of stuff. So this is my first task, and I'll show you hopefully when it gets done. You will then see that this is actually a functioning office again. So task number 1 of 6 months to me, reclaim the office.